like at 2 weeks in, I was like, oh, this is obviously doing something.
What was the carnivore diet like for you? Because you mentioned earlier, I think that you did it for like 3 or 4 months straight.
Yeah, I did 4 months straight, and it was basically the reason. I mean, you were a big motivator for that, honestly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you were. I follow you on Instagram. I see all your meals, and I see when you go through the diet, and it's, dude, there's so many times I'm like, fuck, that looks so good. I wouldn't mind this diet, you know? And so, but I have psoriasis. I've had psoriasis, and we talked about it last time on the podcast, and it's been something I've struggled with my whole life. There it is. So this
was psoriasis like a virus?
No, it's an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
It's basically what happens is that part of the skin, like we all have skin cells that die and just shut off. And those skin cells there just reproduce so fast that it doesn't have time to like shed off like normal. So it just builds up plaques is what they call it, just dead skin. And so it just gets super dry, super itchy, cracks, it bleeds. And I've struggled with this my whole life. It's a hereditary thing. My uncle has it.
You know, as an adult and as somebody who's well accomplished, you know, it's like, all right, well, my fucking legs are red. What was it like as a kid?
Oh man, I'd always be itching them, and I didn't know.
Real
what it
embarrassing.
Was. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
I didn't know.
Get it on your face and stuff too.
No, not on my face. It started off on my shins as a kid, and that's the only place that I had it for a long time. But it just like over the years, just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger. So at first, it started off. It was only like a little patch like that on one shin, and then it ended up going from ankle like that all the way up to my knee. And it switched over to the other side and started going ankle to knee on that side. And then in college, I started getting on my scalp, my ears, and then just over the years, it's just kind of starting to spread all over. I got my elbows now. And so it's just something that I was like, at this point, I'm like, I got to figure out something new. You know, I've taken different medications, you know, like basically over the counter, like creams or even prescription type creams. And yeah, they help, but it's never been anything that's like really taken it away. And what is this I'm putting on myself? Like, I don't even know what the hell this shit is. So I'm like, there's got to be something else. So seeing you know, listening to Rogan, you know, talking to Dr. Sean Baker and Paul
Saladino.
Yeah, yep. Saladino, Dr. Saladino, and just getting their perspective on the thing, on the situation. I ended up saying, okay, I'm going to do this for 4 months. And basically, it's going to be an elimination diet. What is causing? Is there something that I'm eating that's screwing up my gut, that's inflaming this? Because they say a lot of autoimmune diseases come from the gut and bacteria and all that. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to try this. So jumped right into it full bore. Like after that trip, that was a hunt. I got back from the hunt and I looked at myself and I was just like, are you kidding me?
It's crazy. For people who don't have a visual, it kind of looks like poison ivy or something like that. Like there's some swelling and a lot of dry skin, and it looks like blistery.
So, and then
does it hurt?
Yeah,
it's like irritated. Huh? Yeah, irritated. It looks like it would be like irritated. Yeah.
Power Project family, if you watch and listen to this podcast, my assumption is that you're probably the kind of guy or girl who doesn't just like to wear your gym clothes in the gym. But listen up, you can't be wearing those and one shorts at a wedding. Okay, buddy? You can't do that. That's why we've partnered with Dietary clothing, because not only are their clothes suitable for the gym so you can have the most comfortable and amazing workouts, but you can also wear them to the store, to the wedding, to dinner, anywhere, and you're just going to be looking so good. Andrew, how can the people get it?
Yes, step your game up right now. Head over to viori.com/power project. That's VUORI.com/power project. And when you do, you'll receive 20% off your first order. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes. Let's get back to the podcast.
So I jumped right in about 2 weeks, I think it was 2 weeks. I did like basically a before and after of being on the diet. And I don't know if you can see it. I think it's on this one. Yeah. So that's already like 2 weeks, I think is what I said on there. I can't remember, but it wasn't very long into it.
And then we got to also say that some of that probably has to do with you're off your feet a little bit more. You weren't still on the hunt. Like the hunt might have aggravated it, right?
Yeah. And that's what I was telling you earlier. I think one of the main things I've noticed that inflames it the most is lack of sleep. So, you know, 8 hour, like less than 8 hours, like 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours, which I typically get on these hunts, you know, because you're getting up before the sun comes up. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you go to bed late after harvesting something in the evening, whatever. So, you know, you're getting 4 hours of sleep. You go 4 or 5 days of that, and I come home from a hunt, and it's really inflamed.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference, though. I mean,
it's incredible, the difference. I mean, it looks like after 2 weeks, it looks like it's gone.
Yeah, it helped And so my thought was this, like, I'm going to try this for, a month. And if nothing's changing with my psoriasis, I'll probably just go back to eating how I did before. But like 2 weeks in, I was like, oh, this is obviously doing something. And so I stuck with it. I did it for 4 months straight, and I felt really good. The first week I felt crappy. I think they call it the keto flu is what
Right.
and not crappy. You just feel, for me, I just felt unmotivated. I just felt lazy and tired.
Did you have electrolytes at that time? Because for a lot lot of people, that makes a difference.
It dumps water out of your system the
Is
first
that
couple of days.
maybe?
And you lose like 5, anywhere between 4 or 5 pounds, which people are used to having that extra like little fluff on them.
Yeah.
And when it's gone, it just kind of does make you feel drained. And you go to like lift or something and you notice that you shake with weights that are a lot lighter than normal, and you're like, I don't understand what's going on. Then you kind of just feel like shit for a little bit.
Yep. So that was
exactly what he's talking
week
about.
and a half. I didn't know that. And see, I probably should have done a little bit more research on that, because I went on Rogan's podcast and he was saying there's supplements that will help with that that I didn't know about. And I looking back, or if I do that hardcore again like that, I probably would look into that. Maybe I can just hit you up and see what you think. But
absolutely, yeah, just salting your food, or like we have a new hydration product that just came out, and we've been working on that for a long time. But a lot of these hydration products can help. We've been with a company called Element for quite some time. They have a great product. Yeah. And it's just a way to add some salt, potassium, magnesium, calcium to your diet, where otherwise you're kind of losing it when you don't have carbs in your system. Yeah. The carbohydrates can really help hydrate the muscles, and when that's absent, you get rid of that, or even just getting rid of junk in general that you're eating. Your body's not going to hold as much water, so you'll feel fatigued.
Yeah, and I did notice that for, like I said, a week and a half, and then I leaned out big time. Like, it's crazy how much I leaned out in just like a month. I was like, man, this is good. I feel good now. My body's obviously responding well to it. My psoriasis is doing better. So I was like, I'm just going to do it for 4 months. I did it for 4 months. And then after that, Dr. Sean was saying basically like, hey, just start adding stuff in and just see. He's like, you don't need to stay on that strict of a carnivore diet for the rest of your life. You don't, it's not, you're not doing it for health reasons. You're doing it for psoriasis, basically, to see what inflames it. So I started adding things back in. I tried, some rice. I add some rice back in with some sushi, and that didn't seem to do much. And I did a little bit of potatoes. The nightshades can be tricky there. Like I noticed peppers and tomatoes really bug it, but for whatever reason.
What a great thing to know, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, now you know, and you can be like, I don't mind paying the price of eating some pizza tonight or whatever it is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not like I'm going to be on the toilet crapping my brains out. I just have to deal with a little bit of a skin irritation.
So right here, you're saying it's 3 months into the diet.
Yeah.
And
Fucking hands are so fast.
That was right.
Yeah, bro.
I think that was right at the beginning of us starting to train again, huh? For at least when it was supposed to be in October.
It just looks like just a little jab, but that would hurt so bad.
But yeah, man, I was feeling good. Like I said, I was lean, felt light and fast, and it was good. I'm normally having to eat like every hour to 2 hours.
Shit, let's watch that. Play that back.
Yeah,
one more.
It's just I got it on loop.
Yeah. I want you guys to pay attention to his feet. It's crazy. Like, the arms are flying, and that's the thing everyone looks at, but the balance that it takes to throw bombs like that and to throw shots like that real quickly is it's unbelievable, the amount of athleticism. Like, you wouldn't, I don't know, you don't think about it.
The feet, I notice it big time when my legs are not in condition.
There we go.
Shape.
Yeah, watch this.
Jesus.
If you were to slow that down, you wouldn't really find him on the ground that much. And that was Tyson. When Tyson was in his prime, he was just leaping across the ring, zigzagging on people. Like, I think it's a shame that Tyson will never get the credit as the athlete that he was. He's one of the greatest athletes of all time, but because he had that kind of stocky build and he just knocked people out, I think everyone just thought he was like explosive. But
he was super athletic. You see those shadow boxing videos with him, like,
even now he can still move.
Or just move. Oh yeah.
It wasn't even steps. It was like literally his feet like hopping from around.
Like little floating things. You're like, what the hell? How?
I think they did a video.
Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, because we continue to bring you peak content on this channel. Obviously, you guys are here. You guys have watched the whole video. So like, comment, subscribe. All right. See you later.